Hello and welcome to AWS Security, Identity and Compliance lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn about identity and access management. In identity and access management, in AWS, you will find the three dimensions logo like this. So in IAM, we are going to learn more about groups, users, roles, and policies along with account settings and credentials report, followed by how you are going to manage the AWS access key and secret key, because that is required for accessing other third party tools like Packer, Terraform, Ansible, and so on and so forth. So that is also very important. So let's go and understand that in what is the organizations, group, and users. So in organizations, this is nothing but your, let's say, AWS account organizations. Inside that we have a finance group. In that finance group there is an NC user is there, or we can add the n number of other users. So 90 and respective users will be have a same access whatever that group have access. Similarly, let's say that in IT group we are going to provide this IT group to the admin access. So Peter and Tom will be have had admin access respectively. So before going to that in questions answer, let's go and do that in demo. So first of all, you have to log into that in AWS, and account creations is already there in previous lectures. So I have already logged into that in AWS. I'm going to click on the service. Once you click on the service, you'll see the landing page similar like that. So inside that you'll get that in security and identity compliance, and in that in IAM. This is the first way. Second way, we can type that in IAM and you'll be able to find it. And third way, for easy access, you can click on this pin button, come all the way down and find that in IAM. I am drag and place in over here. So in going forward, what will this will be help it out for easy navigations as a menu bar, and we can do it. So let's go and talk more about that in so how to customize that in URL. So once you log into that in AWS, you'll be see that in something numeric value instead of AWS DevOps by Kumar, and you have to provide. If you want to customize, you just click on the customize and you'll be see that in some numeric value over here. But this need to be like any unique or worldwide here. So that's another thing for customizations of a URL. Second, now I'm going to talk about the modern credentials report. Then we'll talk account setting, then groups, users, roles, and policy. So what is the credentials report? In credentials report, we can download that all list of users, active, inactive, map is enabled, disable, and so on and so forth. And with help of that, let's say once you'll download the report, you'll be able to see it. Click on that file, open that CSV, and you'll be able to see that in all details. I'm not going to go through that. You can do that in your own account and you'll be able to see that in all status. After that, in account settings, we can put that in all password complexity. By default, minimum password length will be there 6, so I have just put that in 7. And required at least one uppercase letter, required at least one lowercase letter, required at least one number, and required at least one non-alphabetic characters. Allow user to change their password. So this is the by default it was there, and you can select and unselect that as per your convenience, but it's better to choose that in complex password. Yeah, and that password will be there for like active for any regions. So if you'll see that in while clicking on that in IAM, it's going to that in global, which means that is independent of regions. Yeah, so that is all about that in account setting. And yeah, after that we have groups. So groups is nothing but like in a set of a peoples will be have a similar access. Yeah, so we can create the group. We can go and add to that in users to the group. We can delete it. You can edit the group name and remove users from that group. So let's go and create that in a new group. I'll say that in this is the my demo group. Yeah, so this is my demo group. Yeah, you can choose that in naming conventions like an um, uh, alphabet maximum character we can allow 128 character. My demo group, click on that next, and it will be asked the policy. If you want to assign that in policy to, let's say, EC2 users only. Yeah, so these users will be have a EC2 access, or we can say that in EC2 full access or EC2 read only access. Click on the next, click on the create group. So this group will be have my group, my demo group will be have AC2. At the moment there is no users, so we can create the users. I'll choose that in my demo user, and we can make maximum up to 10 users we can add it from that in GUI, and in programmatic we can add it like in a number of user as per that, like in your convenient. So if you'll see, this is all about, and maximum it will be there in 10. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 9 and then 10. So maximum 10. After that, I'm going to create only one. We can choose that in, so in organizations wise, best way to create that user with help of their email address, if the organizations have their email address. Select AWS access type. There is a two type of access is there. Access type like in a programmatic access, which is enable the access key ID and secret key, and that with help of that we can do that in AWS API, CLI, SDK and other development tools along with AWS management consoles. That means what we are logging at the moment. So I'm going to enable the AWS management console. How we are going to generate the password, auto generated password or custom password. I can go and type that in a my demo PAWSWRD, and we can click on that in a, so yeah, and user must create a new password at the next sign up. So make sure as administrator, if you're creating the password, click check this button. Alternatively, that you are well aware about their password and there is a probability to misuse that in account. So once the user will log in first time, it will prompt to that in create their password. Yeah, so yeah, my demo password, I want to log into that. Click on the next permissions. I want to assign to the my demo group. Click on the review and create the users. So user created with my demo users created with EC2 access. If you have Outlook configured, you can click on the send email and it will be sent to that in that respective users. This link will become as a embedded and username, and next email you can send that in a password as well. I'm not going to do because I'm well aware about that. So this is all about this users created and assigned to that in a group. Once I log in with help of these users, that users will be have only one access. So at the moment there is a access key generated none today, password is today only, last active none, and map device is enable no. So no worry about that. So now we understand the group and users. What is that roles? So roles is used for accessing from AWS, like let's say like in EC2 server to that in any other services. So we'll have a more instead of going through that in role users and password, we can assign that in roles to the particular services from, let's say example, EC2 server to that like in S3 bucket, and we'll have opportunity to go and access it out. So that's all about roles, and we'll see that in once we are going to do that in any example EC2 and S3 bucket, or like in EC2 to RDS and so on and so forth. After that in policy, so policy we can go and define it. So let's say by default policy is there, uh, Amazon provided. If you click on this policy, what it's saying that this is the administrator access and administrator access. So policy will be generated in that in the JSONs or JSONs format. So versions, the name of the versions, a statement, effect, what kinds of effect we are going to allow or deny, actions, what kinds of actions we are going to allow, everything a star, and resource, all resource a star, that means all resource we are going to allow. If I'll go and see that in other policy document, then it will be definitely different. So let's say like in EC2, on EC2 full access, once I'll click on the drop down, in this drop down, what we are able to see, the version statement will be remaining same. Actions EC2 star all, whatever EC2 will allow, and resource star. Elastic cloud, elastic cloud balancing, allow cloud watch, and so forth. Yeah, so whatever relevant services is there with regard to that in EC2, all services and policy is there inside that. So policy is nothing but more granular level assigning that in access and permissions. Yeah, so this is all about the policy. We'll see that in once we'll do that in S3 bucket again. So in high level, in quick overview, what we learn and how to like in after logging into that in AWS, how to navigate that in IAM. There is a 2 3 way. First, click on to that in a service, click on that in a IAM, under that in security, identity and compliance. After that, we can see that in once you log in into the first time, it will be there in history, or we can customize it while plugin, and this one's for easy access. Inside that in login into that in IAM, we go through that like in a group, users roles policy, account setting, and credentials report. So this is all about in this lectures. We will see that in rest of the things in other lectures, like in how to do that in multi-factor authentications and so on and so forth.